Sound. Things that are heard. They form into voices that further transform into words. We associate whatever sound with the object or living thing it corresponds to, through which we ask questions. It's how we respond to. Yes, it's a crucial part of our daily form of speech. With the sound, voice feature, we can reach each to share and teach. The voice of bravery, the voice of a coward, the voice of teamwork, the voice of an athlete, the voice of power, like a preacher. It's obvious that it is the most essential instrument. Everywhere and every day, in some way, it implements. It's one of the universal gifts, like given toys. We got various voices for the girls and for the boys. Sometimes we either make a voice pleasant or we can make one that really annoys. But if it's naturally given to us, then that's not our choice. Sound, voice, that is pitch, that is tone. The sound of a TV, computer, landline, cellular, microwave, or phone. Double sound, multiple sound, or the sound of alone. Voices, sounds of what's gone, of the now, and what will appear. Voice, sound, it's what we hear from our ear, whether it's shaky or clear. That depends on how far or near, from either side, up, down, front, or rear. Voice of joy, laughter, cheer. The sound of anger, sadness, tears. The sound of concern, fear, or the sound of an engine, brake, steer, or driving. The sound of stopping, sound of going and arriving. The sound of walking, sound of soaring, running. The sound of drumming, the sound of a guitar strumming. The voice of singing, rapping, beatboxing, or humming. Climbing and tumbling. The sound of landing or jumping. The sound of certainty or assumption. Hey, it's always the sound of something. The voice of a whisper, whining, mumbling. The voice of a whistle. Sound of fireworks, rocket shots, missiles. The sound of wind. Sound of snowy ice crystals. The sound of a bubble pop, raindrop, splash or drizzle. The sound of a spark, cooking steam or sizzle. The sound of a pull, push, punch, kick, or a ball dribble. The sound of catching, hatching. The sound of scratching, crumple, or scribble. All kinds of sounds, ranging to the highest, from the low, lowest, and the middle. From the sounds of matter, what's physical, right up to the sound of the spiritual, mystical. With the way of sound and voice, it's how everything is in process. It's how we as humanity is able to make progress. Sound, voice, from our lives it remains inseparable. How can it be divided? Like if it weren't for the voice, Prabhupada, then how can this poem that you wrote be recited?